Hey guys, Sam Davidson here with MEA Worldwide, and we are here for the world premiere of The Way Back starring Ben Affleck. This is an amazing new film about basketball, about addiction. Stay tuned for the interviews. So tell me a little bit about landing this role and what that process was for you.
Yeah, landing this role was, you had to go through a lot of basketball trials. So like we had to show these people that we could shoot the ball and we could dribble and all the things important in basketball, right? And it was pretty hard, just like proving that, hey, I can play better than the next person and that sort of thing. But then it was also the acting aspect, like can you act and can you do the job? And so all of that combined together, and I got to this point.
What really drew you to this role and this project specifically?
It's a great story. In general, it's just always exciting to read something that's a page turner, and then you're imagining how it's going to come to life, and it's just a great story. And there's all these very rich characters in it, and the kids are great, all the players, and I think Ben's going to be great. It's very hard. It's a very hard role. It's a very raw role, so I think he's going to be great. I look forward to seeing this movie. It's one of my favorites that I've read in the last few years.
And in what ways does your character really interact with Ben's or the team?
I'm the rival basketball coach who has a lot of problems with him and his kids. And I don't really approve of the way that he coaches or the way that they play. So,
I mean, it must have been a very interesting set to be on, given the stories and also knowing like what Ben has been through specifically. Was he open about that behind the scenes?
No, but there didn't need to be any for that for me. We just had to do our thing together. And I've worked with him before. I was with him on Argo. So last time he was directing me, and this time we're together. So, but no, to me it wasn't even important because in general that's not really.
Exactly. Yeah.
I'm not part of that. I'm part of this other thing.
Yeah.
We have another problem with each other. You know.
Working with such amazing young talent that a lot of them also play basketball. Like, what was that like working with these kids? And did you feel you learned anything from them?
No, I mean, I didn't really learn anything from them because I was the rival coach, so I'm with all my own guys.
Yeah.
And so I basically was dealing with my own team, just basically yelling at his kids from afar. But all seemed like really, really game good to go young actors. So
I know getting this role was like a really fun journey for you because, I mean, you did play basketball a little bit, then you got injured, right?
Oh, good research. Yeah, I got injured. During the audition process, they had us play basketball in front of people, and I fractured my ankle, and they told us that if you get hurt, we can't use you. So, but Gavin didn't care. He was like, I don't care if you hurt. We'll send you to a rehabilitation center, get better. We still want to use you for the movie. It was gruel.
How long was that process, having to go to the rehabilitation center and then going to shoot?
Yeah, it was over the course of a few months. I didn't get to do any training, and I thought it was great. I was laughing at the other dudes having to run and get in shape until we start shooting. Everybody was in shape but me. So when it came to running, and my character's chubs too, I was overweight, I was fat. So it was super hard. It wasn't funny at all. It was terrible.
Well, once you got there, what was it like working with these other guys and, of course, working with Ben, the teamwork that you guys built behind the scenes?
Yeah, man, it was great. You know, I always tell the guys, I tell them we started off as fingers. We were individuals. And as we kind of came together, we slowly closed into a fist, and we became a brotherhood. We got a group chat together now. We talk. It's been 2 years. And we still texting every day. Ben, if you talk to him, he's probably going to act like he's not involved, but he's the main one involved more than anybody, and he's the funniest person on earth. So I don't want to hear it, Ben. I'm watching you.
So I know that basketball was a big part of landing this role. Did you play basketball at all before you got the role?
Yes, I did. I actually played basketball in high school, and I still regularly play today. I play once a week at least with some of my buddies, and we get out and pick up games. So, yeah, I love basketball. So that part wasn't much acting for me. It was just going out and playing.
Obviously, being an actor is also a part of landing this role. Were you more focused during your audition on being an actor, or were you more focused on letting them know that you were a good basketball player as well?
I think with my audition, it was more geared towards basketball. That's what I think they cared more about because the director, Gavin O'Connor, really wanted it to look real and feel real. So he wanted everybody to play basketball. They had a company come in a few months before, and they were training us. We had legit basketball practices. So basketball, definitely.
What else would you say is the biggest message that people are going to take away from the film?
That it's never too late. You know, once you fall off a path, you can always go back on that path, right? Which is kind of ironic, as for the name, it's called The Way Back. But I've witnessed it from people. I've experienced it myself, and this film is a message from a true event to a certain degree. So
what can you tell us about really what attracted you to this role?
To me, it was to be myself. Literally, it was so easy. It was a very simple role. I love sports. I'm an athlete. I'm a former pro MMA fighter, but I also played college baseball. So for me, I was like, and initially this whole scenes were supposed to be with me and Ben playing basketball together, old buddies. But eventually they just said, we're going to rewrite it that you're getting together in the liquor store and you see each other. And I just thought, wow, to be involved in a sports movie like this with Ben and a director like Gavin O'Connor, I was like, this is phenomenal. It's a no-brainer. I'm like, I'm in. So.
Did you feel outside of your comfort zone at all, not playing ball like you kind of thought you would be and having to just purely act?
Yeah, well, it was also being a referee. Like, I'm not a spectator. I'm a participant. So for me to, have to learn all these things that referees do, and there's all these hand signals and everything, and I'm like, oh, wow, I never even thought about those guys. I'm just playing the game. I don't think about the referees, right?
New respect for them.
Absolutely. You watch the basketball game now, the Lakers, and I'm like, these guys are all over the court, but they're unobtrusive. You don't want to see the refs. You don't want to see them in your face. And so that's what I learned. And we had real referees teaching me how to be a real referee. So it was pretty cool. It was a lot of fun.
So what was your original reaction when you read this script that really made you want to play this role?
I was like, if Ben does this part, this is going to be a phenomenal movie. I was also like, wow, this is feels very, like there's a lot of parallels in a weird way. But I liked the relationship between Beth and her brother. It felt very realistic to me. If you've ever dealt with anybody who's been struggling in their grief or their sorrow or with addiction or whatever their deal is, where you're just like, you want to help them, you almost want to climb inside their body and move through the world and fix them and then climb out and let them take over from there. That kind of codependence, I feel like that's there.
Were you at all surprised that Ben ended up taking this role because it was a bit on the nose in some ways? And was there any concerns that maybe it was too personal?
Well, I didn't really think about that. I guess I was like, that's pretty cool that he's going there. But I thought, why would he? And then I thought, oh, because the script is good. But also, why would he? And it's like, oh, because the director is tried and true. And because Ben's a director himself, he's not going to suffer anybody who he doesn't totally trust. And I was like, if he trusts this director, that means this is going to be an incredible performance.
There are a lot of emotions behind the scenes because it obviously is a really intense film. And, of course, with Ben specifically, he has been through something very similar. What was it like to kind of feel that vibe around the set?
Well, it just let me know that he was serious, that he was going to bring that baggage to the forefront. So then if he was going to bring his baggage, I could bring mine because nobody was cheating.
What was your baggage?
Well, it all takes place where I'm his friend from the bar. Our scenes are in the bar. So it's got to be some baggage there, right?
Yeah. And any fun memories that you had with him and the rest of the cast behind the scenes that you're going to take with you?
To answer your question, in the scene, my wife had recently passed away. My character's wife had recently passed away. And we were filming this at a time, and you're the only one have told this to, that my ex-wife, Aretha Franklin, had passed away at that same time that I was filming this. So we all brought our baggage.
We have had a fantastic day here at the Way Back premiere in downtown Los Angeles. We hope that you guys have enjoyed these interviews. If you'd like to see more like them, please download our app for free, subscribe to our YouTube channel, or just go to our website. We'll see you next time.